Coming up on the Angus Report, using technology to improve carcass traits in today's quality-driven herd.
Fresh versus frozen beef, selling points for burger chains.
Legal considerations to guard the farm against potential liability.
Maximizing calf value through nutrition, health, and marketing. And three sisters from Southwest Kansas share what happened on their ranch during the March 6th wildfires.
This is the Angus Report. Hello and welcome to the Angus Report. I'm Bob Cervera.
And I'm Crystal Albers. And a note to our viewers to stay tuned throughout the show for special coverage from the wildfire recovery area.
That's right. It's our most important ongoing story. First, our top news this week. Increased attention to carcass quality and end product merit leads to greater rewards for today's cattle producers. With a growing world population that's hungry for high-quality U.S. beef, cattle breeders can take steps today to ensure an improved product leaves their ranch in the years ahead. South Dakota cattleman Troy Hadrick explains how their herd boosted carcass quality using artificial insemination and genomic technology.
We went from 0 primes up to 13% prime. We doubled our CAB acceptance rate and had nearly 100% go choice. And that gave us this taste of, wow, look what we can do in one generation. Then we took, then you go to year 3, and we went up to almost 20% primes. We had 80% CAB acceptance rates, and I really thought it would take us at least 10 to 12 years to get to that point. And when we used the GeneMax data and combined it with an AI program that focused on those traits, we were able to accomplish it in about 3-4 years.
Fast food giant McDonald's recently announced that it would begin using fresh beef instead of frozen patties in its quarter-pounder burger. All of the other restaurants' beef sandwiches will continue using frozen product. The new move comes at a time when McDonald's is seeking to respond to lower traffic at its more than 14,000 U.S. restaurants. Rival Wendy's was quick to point out that they've been serving fresh beef in all of their restaurants for almost 50 years. As trends toward specialty burger restaurants, such as certified Angus beef brand partner Smashburger, have led to greater competition when it comes to finding that perfect burger. McDonald's says it'll have fresh beef in the quarter pounder by mid-2018.
No matter what your business, legal liabilities can be found at nearly every corner. Agriculture attorney Brent Hayden encourages farmers and ranchers to be proactive when it comes to evaluating potential risk on their operations, including the most common issue, premise liability. Hayden says building a relationship with a legal expert can help protect a family's ranching heritage for generations to come.
Just like anything else we do in the farm and ranch, try to figure out where we have risk and let's get ahead of it. Try to anticipate problems or anticipate the issues. Ag producers in the United States are fortunate in that in many states, particularly the further west you go, the law it protects landowners pretty well from unwanted trespassers, but there's still things that you have to do to avoid creating liability for trespassers. Being careful around the property, doing an assessment every year to look for risk, making sure that you clean up or change any practice that looks dangerous, and making sure that you don't create what they call an attractive nuisance. That's usually things like equipment that are too close to the road for children or things like that. A little bit of planning, a little bit of prevention, and a little bit of setup on the front end can really prevent some heartburn down the road.
During the National Angus Convention and Trade Show this November in Fort Worth, Texas, participants will have a chance to learn from leading experts in beef cattle breeding and genetics and take home real-world knowledge to improve their operations. Convention partner Zoetis hosts a learning experience each year that combines genomic technology with hands-on live animal demonstrations. The innovation workshops are always an Angus Convention fan favorite, and this year, Angus breeders have a chance for Zoetis to pay their way to the convention. Kent Anderson explains.
As a means to saying thanks to Angus customers of I-50K on their bulls and females, Zoetis is pleased to offer Angus seed stock producers the opportunity to be entered into a drawing to win a free trip and accommodations to that event for themselves and 5 of their commercial customers. So the way that works is that an Angus breeder would use I-50K on their bulls and females. They would promote that in their sale catalogs and on their websites, be entered into a drawing then to attend the Innovations Workshop and National Angus Convention and Trade Show in Fort Worth.
Visit angusconvention.com for more information on the American Angus Association's big event this November. We go now to Jenna McCrell for a look at what's new this week in the Angus business.
Preparations are underway for the American Angus Association's 2017 Annual Convention of Delegates, held this November in Fort Worth, Texas. The first step is nominating Angus leaders to serve as voting delegates for their state or district. Each eligible voting member of the American Angus Association was recently mailed a nomination form and is asked to select one member who would be a successful delegate to the national meeting. Signed nomination forms must be received in the association office no later than 4:30 p.m. Central Time on Friday, June 9th. Visit angus.org for more information on the delegate nomination process. Members of the National Junior Angus Association recently met in Baton Rouge, Louisiana to participate in a Raising the Bar Leadership Conference. More than 20 junior leaders from 12 different states attended the event, where they were able to tour Louisiana State University, visit area Angus farms, hear from industry experts, and experience Cajun culture in the South. Now in its 10th year, Raising the Bar conferences foster youth development by hosting events in different regions across the country. The conferences are made possible through support by the Angus Foundation. Visit njaa.info to learn more. And that's what you need to know this week in the Angus business.
When we return, 3 keys to maximizing value on your next set of calves.
Then the Giles Ranch was one of the many affected by the March 6th wildfires. The family shares stories of tragedy and hope.
Visit angus.media to continue watching this episode of the Angus Report.
This isn't a 9-to-5 job. So when you check the pens one last time, put away the tools, and make sure everything's ready to hand off to the night crew. It's not the clock that tells you the day is over. It's the confidence of knowing you got it right. It's having one less thing to worry about when the sun goes down. So when you see the signs of BRD, choose confidence. Choose Zuprevo from Merck Animal Health. Talk to your veterinarian about Zuprevo for BRD treatment.
Did you know that your checkoff works to grow demand for U.S. beef in more than 80 countries? Did you know export markets add more than $250 in value to each head? Did you know your checkoff works to develop, defend, and dispel in an effort to expand international markets? While you're focused on managing your beef business, your checkoff is developing new foreign markets and defending those where U.S. beef is currently sold. Get to know your checkoff at mybeefcheckoff.com.
We're in 3 separate locations, but we actually operated as one feed yard. The total capacity is around 45,000 cattle.
We do mostly calf fed. And using PredictGen has been a good deal for us. It's a DNA test, and we can test for marbling, yield grade, and tenderness.
When we first started with PredictGen, I'd bought some first calf heifers. We tested the heifers as well as the cows just to see how accurate it would be. The calves that came from those heifers had almost the same test scores as the cows did. So we kind of knew we were on the right track.
When we're going from ranch to rail, we want to have the best product out there.
I do think it would be an advantage to buy cattle based on this test. It's going to be exciting to watch this progress over the next 10 years.
It's unbelievable where we're going. I mean, I'm glad we started using it because there's dang sure a place for it, and it's going to get even better. Producing the best beef we can for the consumer puts more money in our pocket.
Today's beef consumer has questions. BQA has the answers. Your beef quality assurance certification allows you to share a story that assures customers that you are responsibly raising a safe, wholesome, and healthy beef supply. Becoming BQA certified just became even more convenient with a new interactive training experience that is online and available 24/7. So what are you waiting for? Get started today by visiting bqa.org.
Hi, I'm Red Stegall. I'd like to invite you to the 2017 Angus Convention, November 4th through the 6th, right here in historic Fort Worth. It's also open to all cattle producers, whether you own Angus cattle or not. Now you'll enjoy 4 days of Texas hospitality, a ranch tour, an industry-leading trade show, and some of the best educational opportunities in the business. But best of all, you'll get to be with your Angus family, celebrating the successes of the breed and charting a course for the future.